day everyone! This episode of Tutorial on Property Law will tackle the concept of easements and servitudes. What is easement or servitude? Easement is a real right on another's property, corporeal and immovable, whereby the owner of the latter must refrain from doing or allowing somebody else to do or something to be done on his property for the benefit of another person or tenement. The law defines easement as in Article 613. An easement or servitude is an encumbrance imposed upon an immovable for the benefit of another immovable belonging to a different owner. Who are the parties in an easement? The first party is the dominant estate, which is an immovable or real property in favor of which the easement is established. The second is the servient estate. It is the estate subject to the easement. The following are the characteristics of easement. First, it is a real right. Second, imposable only on another's property. Third, it is a limitation or encumbrance on the servant estate for another's benefit. Fourth, inseparability. Independently of the immovable to which they are attached, easements don't exist. Fifth, indivisibility. Partition or division of an estate does not divide the easement. Sixth, established either by law or by the will of the owners. Classification of easement. The first, according to the manner they are exercised. We have two, continuous easements and discontinuous easements. Continuous easements are those the use of which is or may be incessant without the intervention of any act of man, while discontinuous easements are those which are used at intervals and depend upon the acts of man. The second classification is according to whether or not their existence is indicated. We have two, apparent easement and non-apparent easement. Apparent easements are those which are made known and are continually kept in view by external signs that reveal the use and enjoyment of the same, while non-apparent easements are those which show no external indication of their existence. The third classification is according to the purpose of the easement or the nature of the limitation. We have two, positive easement and negative easement. Positive easement, which imposes upon the owner of the servient estate the obligation of allowing something to be done or of doing it himself, while the latter is which prohibits the owner of the servant estate from doing something which he could lawfully do if the easement did not exist. How are easements acquired? If it's continuous and apparent, you could either acquire it by title or by prescription of 10 years. If it's continuous non-apparent and discontinuous whether apparent or non-apparent, you could only acquire it by title. Easement of light and view. Article 667 of the Civil Code pertains to the prohibition to make an opening through a party wall. When is an easement of light and view positive or negative? It's positive if the window is through a party wall. Period of prescription then commences from the time the window is opened. It is negative if the window is through one's wall, that is, through a wall of the dominant estate. Modes of extinguishment of easement. First, when the same person becomes both the owner of the dominant and servient estate. Second, by non-user for 10 years. Third, when either or both of the estates fall into such condition that the easement cannot be used, but it shall revive if the subsequent condition of the estates or either of them should again permit its use. Fourth, by the expiration of the term or the fulfillment of the condition. Fifth, by renunciation of the owner of the dominant estate. Sixth, by the redemption agreed upon by both parties involved. Easement of right-of-way. For an easement right-of-way to be compulsory and legally demandable, the following requirements should be present. First, the person demanding has a real right. Second, there is no adequate opening to a public road. Third, the right-of-way must be absolutely necessary and not only for the convenience of the owner of enclosed estate. Fourth, the right-of-way must be established in a point least prejudicial meaning shortest and least damage to the servient estate. Regular windows can be opened provided that the proper distances are followed. It shall be noted that Article 672 states that the said distances shall not apply to buildings separated by a public way or alley which is not less than 3 meters wide. In conclusion, an easement or servitude is an encumbrance imposed upon an immovable for the benefit of another immovable belonging to a different owner. Follow Layla Sol in Facebook and YouTube for more information and video tutorials. Thank you for listening!